Venom Let There Be Carnage is amazing, and I'm so glad that it turned out good because they could have screwed up on several things, but they didn't, and that just makes me happy. Venom is a 2018 movie that told us the story of Eddie Brock, the field reporter who meets the symbiote Venom. And they become best friends. Well, that's basically what it's about. The movie was fun. The CGI was really average. It's not that good actually. And the villain was forgettable. For the best, it's forgettable. But it was a solid introduction to the character and an amazing adaptation of both Eddie and Venom. But now we have the continuation, Venom Let There Be Carnage, or how I like to call it, Venom and Me. Why? Because this is basically a Venom and Eddie romance story. It's with some hints of carnage and some action. This movie mostly focuses on the relationship that Eddie and Venom have had over the last year. Yeah, because it has only passed 1 year on the movie, while it almost took like 3 years to come out. Oh, and I forgot to say, Eddie has been talking to the serial poetic and simpish killer Cletus Cassidy, who later becomes Carnage. Yeah, shocker, right? He said at the end of the last movie, "When I'm out, there will be Carnage." He said that. We all knew he was going to be Carnage, and if you know about the comics, you know he's Carnage. Well, now let me tell you that Cletus is really poetic every time he speaks. He says something out of Shakespeare. Also knowing Shriek, who is his, well, Shriek, who is his girlfriend, always knows about everything he's talking about. And I'm surprised he didn't even say out loud, "My dear Shriek, can I put my balls in your jaws?" And speaking of Shriek, she's a bland character who was only there to make Cletus seem more human and make Carnage die in the end. Oops! Did I say die? Well, I forgot to mention that there will be spoilers for this movie, but at this point it doesn't matter. You're like 2.5 minutes into the video or something like that. Like, well, back to Shriek. Boy, she only existed so that Cletus and Carnage could disagree, with Cletus loving her and Carnage wanting to kill her. Oh, and speaking of Carnage and Cletus disagreeing, I would have loved that if Carnage was one with Cletus, unlike how they're like Venom and Eddie. Because, now Venom and Eddie are different beings, and now Carnage and Cletus are different beings. But I feel that would have made a more impact on the movie. Because if Carnage and Cletus were the same, thanks to the madness of Cletus, that would have made everything more crazy. Would have been more impactful to see how the perfect symbiosis between Carnage and Cletus. But it doesn't matter, That would have put at risk the PG-13 rating, making it more mature. And Sony wouldn't do that because they want the freaking money. Well, now that we're done with the romantic couple of the movie, let's get with the Romeo and Juliet of the movie. In other words, Venom and Eddie, who are the best cinematic couple ever existed. Jack and Rose from Titanic? Fuck out of here. Venom and Eddie are the best. More like Venom supremacy. Well, those two have a nice chemistry, and the real stars of the movie, even though they do nothing than hang out on the apartment. Carnage is the one who does stuff, while Eddie and Venom have a fight, and they're separated for like 30 to 40 minutes until the end, where they fight Carnage. Because don't be confused at the romantic plot, this is still a superhero movie, and we still need them to fight, and the fight is good. I don't know how to explain it, but it was really good. Way better than the one between Venom and Riot. And we have stakes since Carnage kidnaps Anne, and we see a reference to TASM 2. Well, sorry, the Amazing Spider-Man 2. Well, almost the same scene of Gwen dying, but this time it's Anne. And don't worry, well, don't worry, Anne. Venom isn't Andrew. He will not let you die. Well, that's what I think. And then we end the fight, thanks to Shriek, as I said, coming back and screaming. Because her powers are sonic screams. And they are both symbiotes. You know, she's a mutant. And they call her a mutant, so, first mutant in another universe that is in the Fox universe. Or, well, now the MCU because Fox is now property of Marvel. Well, you get the point. Well, you know, she hurts both symbiotes, making Venom and Eddie separate as the same as Carnage and Cletus. So they fall down, but Venom grabs Eddie, while Carnage doesn't grab Cletus. And Venom eats the symbiote and then kills Cletus, which is a shame. I wanted to have Carnage as an ongoing villain in this universe, so now I'm mad at Sony. Like, why? Couldn't they see the potential they had with him? Especially since they teased Toxin, the son of Carnage in the comics. They even showed Patrick Mulligan, who was just in the movie Hood to annoy Eddie. So at the end, Venom is now wanted by the police, and they now go by the Lethal Protector. Did you get the reference? That was the name of the Venom series in the 90s. And the movie ends with an amazing mid-credit scene. But now let me give you a spoiler warning, because I don't want to ruin your experience of this scene. You know, I'm going to wait some seconds for you to leave, you know? You still here? Did you already watch the movie? Or are you one of those people who don't care? Well, I don't care. So in this scene, we get to see that Venom is now part of the MCU. And he gets to see Tom Holland's Spider-Man. So that means we might be able to see a Venom and Spidey crossover. Does that mean they will fight? Will they be allies? I don't know. I just hope they don't screw it up. In this video what did I think of the overall movie? It was pretty good. It was solid. I had a fun time watching it. It's better than the first one, and you will have a good time watching it, especially with someone. If you're tired of serious superhero movies, this is the one for you. Don't go in expecting something groundbreaking. So, my rating for this movie is 4 spiders out of 5, because I'm going to start doing that. Now, if you like this video, leave a like, subscribe, or I will punch you, and arrivederci.
Vocal percussion on a whole nother level, coming from my mind. Vocal percussion on a whole nother level, coming from my mind.